Because I've seen situations where the bitch turn around like, mind your business. Well, fuck you then, bitch. Go get beat up then.
Yeah.
I totally understand it. But,
everybody
suspect,
doesn't want help.
Okay, but suspect in a situation, right? Knowing how we feel about certain shit, knowing Gina's past and her family. Let's just say you are looking up with your bitch, right? And you slap her and we tell you like, hey, suspect fool, like, chill, just do it somewhere. You'll be like, you know what? These fools is right. I'm finna go beat this bitch up somewhere else where I can mind my business.
You never know.
No, I know. No.
A nigga could flash out and be like, nigga, shut your bitch ass up.
Okay,
Now what?
okay,
Now what?
Hold on.
Because you wanted to put your cape on.
So let me propose something
I'm
else.
not putting my cape on. Give me advice. Go beat her up somewhere else.
Hold on, let me propose
You know what I
something
mean?
else then, or let me remix this a little bit. Let's say you're with your homegirl, right? You're friends with her.
I don't got no homegirls but Gina.
Let's say
Keep it a buck, and that's because we work in the same place. I don't have no homegirls.
Let's say
This my twerk flannel.
let's say you with your homegirl, whoever that is, right? And
Me too, Josh, please.
and she gets into it with her man, and her man starts trying to punch on her, or whatever. You finna intervene then?
I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. She knew what the fuck she signed up for. She came outside with that nigga. She knew. If he a soccer in the club, just like we've been saying for the past hour, what's going on in the crib? Why are you with him? That's not my responsibility. Now, I might be like, hey, my nigga.
You can't save everybody facts.
You can't.
But you probably, I think if you're
can't.
in that moment, then you know how to read a situation.
Suspect has a heart. Suspect's gonna get it.
Because let's say,
Suspect gonna pistol whip
let's
you.
say we
Yeah,
are-
I don't believe you.
Let's say we
Look,
are.
bro.
Let's say we are talking about me. Any of y'all probably be like, okay, Gina, I'm y'all homegirl, right? But if I bring a nigga around, that's a nigga that Gina brought around. So if something happened and you see a nigga snatch me up or sock me out or something,
I'm duffing him. Yeah, I'll
y'all
get it.
know in y'all mind, Gina's not confrontational. Y'all know, y'all work with me enough to know if a nigga is getting physical with her, he's the fucking problem.
I'm
so
so
you
glad
would,
you said
then
that.
you would
It depends
intervene.
on the bitch.
Yeah.
It depends on the bitch. No, on some real shit. It depends on the bitch. Now, if we're saying the type of person that Gina is and the nigga punch her in the club, I already know that she's not the problem. But on God with bitches, that's the problem. You know the bitch the problem. You still finna save her?
Like we talking about somebody who take off on their boyfriend and do that.
still
type
finna
of
say,
shit,
look,
you know?
Doing but there's a
hold on,
difference
listen.
between doing the right thing in certain instances and wearing a cape.
Look, this-
anytime you advocate for somebody, whether it's a woman or whatever, that don't mean you being a rescue Ronnie. There's a difference.
Well, y'all call
I
Josh a
get-
bodyguard.
I guess. If that nigga got a cape on, so do you, nigga.
For just
That's a
supporting,
motherfucking cape.
her emotional.
Nah,
that's
Imagine
a
you guys
cape.
repeat here. That's what a shot y'all.
All Josh did was agree.
Josh was at the slut walk wearing the bodyguard uniform.
I ain't mad at
with
y'all.
the cape on.
But see,
all right?
that's just
With the cape
everybody's
on.
allowed to have their perspectives and opinions about woman beating. If that sounds crazy.
No, it's a good conversation.
But
That's
me
why I brought it up.
personally, that's just how I was raised. No matter if the only girls I've ever squabbled are my sisters, and that was like us growing up. But I'm just me personally. For any woman, no matter if she's whooping her man's ass and this was bombing on her, this is just me personally. I'ma intervene, and I've done it before. Oh, I'm gonna just pass it.
Any perspective that you have is based on your environment and your upbringing. So we're all going to have a different perspective based on what we saw. So like me, when I was growing up, I didn't realize domestic violence was domestic violence. I thought it was just two people fighting.
Yeah, no.
Because I'm used to seeing a man and a woman, adults who are raising me, squabble in the fucking house. Not knowing when I get older, hold on, a nigga ain't supposed to be putting his
Right.
hands on you and stuff.
Right.
You got a bunch of sisters that you grew up with. So you know that you don't want to see no nigga,
Bro, but-
putting their hands on them. So everybody like gonna look at shit different based on their environment,
No.
based on how they grew up.
And most definitely,
I'm not gonna let people get abused on my
somebody
watch.
growing up, and somebody growing up with a very timid and loving and small woman which is my mom, like very loving, and my dad was a dope head, like straight met crystal out. He never once laid his, and my mom would vouch. He was everything but a fucking woman beater. Yeah, he went mentally. He probably drained her ass.
Okay.
You know, abusively, he probably went crazy on her. The only one time I ever seen him get in her face, I got in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of snapped out of his little moment that he was having and walked out. That's the last time I ever seen him. And that's just me vouching, growing up with women.
Being
But I
protective
definitely grew up also in a block where I did see an older homie beat his bitch, and the rest of the, and this where I got this. It's just my environment. This is where I got this perspective where I was like, look, fool. In the end of the day, it is, and I understand what Suspect's saying. If you intervene, right?
I get it,
And
too.
then
I get it,
I'm
too.
not going to jail for somebody else shit, and then she gonna be with him, and I'm gonna be in jail.
And when I've seen families break up over shit like this, right?
Yeah.
Where like you be my sister, right? And then me and you squabble, but my sister's stupid enough and loving enough to stop talking to me for an intervene about you whooping her ass, and we no longer talk. You don't come to Christmas, you don't come to Thanksgiving. Now my mom's sad because you're no longer around because you chose a man over your family.
I'd rather
that was
have
meant-
the relationship
you
with my sister.
You know what I mean? And I totally
I would rather
understand that.
keep the relationship with my sister.
But me being a brother, I've definitely like. This is just me personally. I'm always gonna defend women.
Yeah.
Me and the homies, middle of the night, I've seen fools beat up their bitch. I grew up by downtown. We've seen fools beat up their bitch by the clubs in the cut, and me and the homies are 14 cracking them with skateboards. And then the bitch is getting mad at us for beating this fool's ass, for beating her ass. We still did it because that's just the morals we have. But if she went back home with that night and took him to the hospital and sucked his dick and
exactly
forgave
what she
him,
did.
then it is what it is. You can't save everybody, but I'm gonna try my best to try to help. And if you don't move on or if you don't learn from that shit, then that's on you. But also, I can't judge because, shit, my grandma's was, my grandma's was getting their ass beaten. Fucking, wow, this fool just drunk for no reason.
But even
Okay,
back
so
then,
Cheating on her and disrespecting her.
Final scenario then, Duno. Same thing that I outlined originally. You at the crib, homies over there, and
Yeah, I told you what I do already.
no, listen. But it's that boxer guy. What you gonna do then?
I don't give
I
a
think I might get shot.
What you gonna do then?
Just have to maybe try to use my weight on the fucking lock, but he
Yeah,
socks me one
pack
time in
that
the
nigga
jaw.
out.
We gotta pack him out. But just
And you gonna get a check.
And I'm gonna check. But just in general, I don't support women abuse. But I could see all the other parts where like you can't save everybody.
From a logical perspective, I totally understand what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense.
You gonna see a
However,
random bitch getting punched on the corner, bounce out, do something to him, go to jail. She gonna go home with him.
I'm not.
Yeah, like,
at the
I'm
same
saying
time,
shit,
I'm not
but
going to allow shit like that to go on in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to see
See, but
that.
it depends the area. Like,
I ain't going to jail
for like if a bitch getting beat up by Fig, I'm like, oh, that's
That's a different story,
That's your
though.
plan, bitch.
That's completely.
Or if she on Western, that's your plan, bitch.
I just live in a whole different world, so it's like these conversations are just a little.
Yeah,
different
no,
for
but-
me.
but that's what I'm saying.
Even I'm putting myself in y'all world still, and it's
But I
like,
definitely
don't
understand your
wanna-
world as well.
You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to jail because literally women they will be right back with him. You're gonna end up in the worst position. The nigga who jumped in, them two, they gonna be bruised up, laying up under each other watching Netflix, and you're gonna be somewhere fucked up.
And this is the
I'm
reason
cool
why
on
I can
that.
never be like in the pimp game like that because I just can't. There's certain lines that I can't cross like that. But I understand it.
But
you feel me?
even what Suspect is saying is, I don't think that's something that a lot of people are not practicing. Because even if we think, and I hate that I always relate shit back to movies, but the Michelet movie. Remember when Dre was beating her ass in the studio and all his homies was like, that ain't my business. When she had pulled up on to the studio with Suge, his homies like, ain't my business. So bitches like that, they go to them type of niggas and they don't get away from it.
Well,
Wait,
but
wait,
that-
that ain't my
but that's
responsibility.
Wait,
That's her.
But
She
hold
a
on though.
grown-ass woman.
That's literally like that's conditional abuse. That's like what happens. It gets conditioned in your mind, and then you start seeking that out.
But
She
not,
should go
I'm
seek
not,
help, not
but
seek me.
Not her. I'm speaking on the people that's around, that's watching it. He in the booth beating her ass, and his
Right.
homies like, all right, y'all, it's time to get up out of here. Nobody from the
fucked-
perspective of them scenes, nobody intervened.
As fucked up as that sounds,
It is fucked up.
As fucked up as that sounds, there's a time and place for everything, and that's just what it is.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, there's a
I'm
time-
not doing nothing in public. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep it up.
like if Suspect just brings his bitch to the office and just beats her ass in front of
I would
us,
never.
and then gets mad at us for getting in, like, well, dick.
I would never.
But you get what I'm saying, though,
Fact.
right? Like, there's a time and
That's
place,
fact.
even though
I
it
feel
sounds
that.
crazy.
There's definitely a time and a place for everything, but I still don't know if I'm just diving in head first for this bitch. Like, I just don't know if I'm doing that, bro. I'm not. Because I know a lot of these times, bitch, you are a full-grown adult. Now, if this is a full adult and she's picking this nigga and she's going home with this nigga, hey, are you gonna try to save a nigga from being a serial killer? That's what he chooses every day with his grown ass. He gonna go wake up and go kill somebody. Yo, bro, I don't think you should be killing people out here.
Yeah.
Look, my nigga.
I'ma try, though.
Look, you are a grown ass man. Now, if
Yeah.
you were a kid, look, dog, you kind of lost. I think you should go on a new path. You're a grown ass man, and if that's what
Yeah.
you want to do, by all means, do it. I don't give a fuck about conditioning what you was going through when you was 8 or 9. When you're an adult, that's when you go fix it. You go get some therapy, go read something, nigga, go fix it. I don't give a fuck about that trauma, none of that shit. Go fix it. When you're an adult, go handle your shit, nigga. That's an excuse.
No, but Fuck, I totally get that, but what I'm saying is, if you could try to help with some, but I get what you're saying.
I get that.
And the
You could-
encouragement
but
part.
what
but,
this nigga Lush said, if I see any women being disrespected, I'm jumping
Hold
in.
on.
What?
I didn't say that.
Screaming and
Basically
arguing.
what you said.
Screaming and
You
arguing.
said you're not gonna see any woman get abused and not do something.
Disrespected? Did I say disrespected?
Hey.
I said if I see.
Hey, basically, my bad if I didn't get you with a quote, nigga. But basically, you've been up here for the last hour talking about you are not standing for none of this shit. Am I wrong?
I'm not standing
Bro.
for women beating at any time or place.
That's what I said.
But arguing,
That's literally
but,
what
but
I
if you're
said.
arguing with your bitch and telling her pussy stinks, I'm
Yeah, I
definitely
don't give
minding
a
my
fuck about
business.
that.
All right, we gotta move on, Josh.
I'm literally saying that I don't condone abuse in front of me. That's all.
Physical
that I said.
abuse.
That's what you
Physical-
just said.
I know,
So
but
you're
physical
gonna save
abuse.
her.
Yeah.
You see it in front of you,
saving,
you gonna save her.
I'm saving a bitch getting beat up. I'm saving her. I don't care.
Yeah.
But like,
Do y'all
but
think?
like, but like verbal abuse. Like if you're telling your bitch her pussy stings in front of me, that's
You don't
different.
know what she did to that nigga.
But shit, I don't give a
She
fuck.
could just got that nigga cousin lined up last week, and you jumping in because he socked her in the face. How you know she ain't just steal this? How you know she ain't just Zelle this nigga's last $20,000 to her bank account? And you jumping all in the fight.
I mean,
Hey.
like my
Fuck
scenario-
it, bro. We'll cross
Hold
that
on.
bitch when it get this, but I'm saving a bitch from getting beat up.
Ain't my problem. She's an adult.
The scenario I outlined was at a crib, and it wasn't like based on that. You know what I mean?
I get you. I'm still
So-
doing shit.
But I feel you for if a bitch set up my homie, I'm beating that bitch up too.
That's all I'm saying. You don't know what's
If
going
she,
on.
but at that point, I'm not asking
And I'm
questions
just
why
saying,
why he's doggedly
nigga, if
beating
you're in
her
the
shit.
club or if you're in the fucking mall and you see a nigga socking this bitch, you gonna go ask him like, yo, what did she do?
No, I'm socking him.
You gonna go save him.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
I'm
you
saving
don't know
her.
what she did.
I'm saving her and
I'm
him.
not saying it's okay. I'm just saying, nigga, you gonna jump, you gonna dive in head first for some shit you're not even ready for.
Our moral compass.
Pop your ass up.
Somebody
for a
said,
bitch.
somebody said, do no Captain Savo.
Nigga,
Our-
thank you.
Shout out
Nigga,
to me and
shoot
Josh.
you for a bitch that don't even know you.
Our moral compass just operates in a different frequency when it comes to this. That's
Yeah,
all.
but that's not
There's like-
that's not a
it.
bad thing because you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, homie that slapped their bitch before, anyways.